Yeah, welcome to another episode of ArtCo Drone Solutions. We've got a great show tonight. I have Chris of QC Guy as my guest tonight, and we've got a great giveaway later on in the show. Uh, Chris will be here in a few seconds, and so we're just going to wait for people to amble on into the show, which is cool. So let's get this party started. So later on in the show, we're going to have a giveaway for the chocolate cherry cordials or cordials, however you pronounce it. I don't know. Anyway, that's going to be one of the prizes. And the other prize, it's going to be an EKEN action camera that Chris is going to be giving away on the show. So I don't know how he's going to work that, but I'm going to be using the YouTube randomizer for the chocolate giveaway. Welcome to the show, Drone Shots, Steve Mack, Brant Ariels, which is Gary, and Ron Levesque. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Uh, I'm pretty good at French, so sounds like a French name. But welcome, guys. This is going to be good. Just waiting for my guest to arrive. I've sent him the link. He's getting his coffee, and then he will be here shortly, and we'll learn a lot about uh, the QC guy and what his channel is all about, which will be very interesting. Oh, RJ, welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so all right. Yeah, close enough. Thank you. Nathaniel Brinson, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the show. Wow. Uh it's looking good. So let me get over here to, and yes, I am live right now, and I've got 14 people watching already. 15. Wow, that's cool. Oh, Gerald Farms. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. Boy, we got a good crowd here tonight, so it's going to be awesome with the giveaways and oh, so it's Jackie from Gerald Farms. All right, cool, cool, great. Just waiting for Chris to get, and he is here. So let's bring him up and welcome to the show, Chris.
How you doing, Art?
I am doing fantastic. Uh, Welcome to the show, and tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
From Johnswell. I'm originally from Woodbridge, Virginia, which is about 25 miles south of Washington, D.C. Born and raised there. Moved here to Johnstown, Pennsylvania, where my wife is originally from. 2006, and I'm ready to go back to Virginia or go south now that my kids are grown and we have an empty nest. I want
Yeah.
I want a warmer climate.
Don't we all? And I get that too. I'm going to be 60 in about 3 weeks. And so I'm getting close to retirement. And I'm sort of in the same boat looking for warmer climates. One of the places I'm looking at is Texas. And
You'll be warm there.
the other place is the Philippines,
Oh, wow.
which will be quite warm. I'll never have to worry about shoveling snow again.
No, no.
Uh, but I'll have to learn how to deal with the upper 90-degree temperatures, high humidity, and bugs.
Yeah, yeah. I I think I could take that over at least the long winters that we have here. I mean, we have a short summer and then it's all winter. We have no spring, we have no fall. It's just all winter. You got snow sooner than we did this year, though.
Right, we did. We did. Today was a beautiful, warm day. We were in the 60s today, and it was just nice and warm. I was out doing some Christmas shopping, and I was actually a little hot with my winter jacket that I wore. And
Yeah, the weather is crazy this year, and we've been blessed so far. Like we had such a mild November, but like we had some snow and ice for a little bit, and then
right,
it's going to be in mid 40s all week. So I'm not
yeah,
complaining about that at all.
wonderful. I understand New York just got pounded with snow.
Yeah, everything's running up north. It's all from what I've seen. It seems like everything's been pretty much always coming from the west over the Great Lakes and staying up north.
Yep.
And sorry for anybody up there, but you can have it.
Well, evidently there must be a big high pressure part right over Colorado, and it's pushing all the cold, nasty weather along the upper part of the country and into Michigan and New York and uh, Massachusetts and in that area.
Is there any like really bad ones right now though, where it's like almost like natural disaster type situations?
Well, just a couple of days ago, here in Colorado at Antero Reservoir, the low temperature was minus 44 degrees,
Oh wow.
which was the recorded low temperature of the lower United States. So
Wow.
we do get some really cold weather. Most of the snow has been up in the mountains, and we've been pretty dry down here. All right, Charity Vlogs is in. Welcome, welcome. And Mitch, old guy in a drone, and Peter Underhill, as opposed to Overhill, is in. Thank you for coming in. So tell us a little bit about your channel.
My channel, you'll pretty much find a majority of all Xeno right at the moment.
Right. Yep.
But it started out Hubson. I've originally started out with a Hubson Facebook group. I guess about like maybe 3 years ago.
Right.
And that group actually started out just because of the problems with the Hubson 501 models. And there was a lot of problems that were just long, ongoing problems that they just weren't fixing. So I was like frustrated. I formed a group, and it was QC. As far as back then, QC attached to me meant quality control, because we were trying to make Hubson own up for their stuff.
Right.
And as the group got larger and larger, and we kind of became a force, and we got Hubson's attention, and it became a group where we did exclusive testing on new products and firmware for like the 501 models and stuff like that. I would just take a private room where nobody could see, select members that were good at testing, pull them in there along with Hubson Associates, and we would test, and they would just sit back and watch us and look at all our videos and all that stuff in those private rooms.
Right.
But everybody kept saying, do a YouTube channel, because I would do how-tos within my group. And I stayed away from it. Wasn't a big fan of the idea. And then finally I did it 2 years ago this month. And it took off pretty good just because I already had the group base. A lot of them were my subscribers. Now here it took me exactly 1 year to hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
This time last year, and then now exactly another year later, I'm just over 6,000.
Yeah, I saw that, and congrats to you.
Thank you.
I just hit 1,000 a couple months ago, and last I saw I was at 1180.
Great.
And so thanks to you, my channel has been growing pretty good in the last few days, and I thank you very much. Let's welcome Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger, Spitz McCoon, and Troy Foster, and Shani from Minds Vlogs. Welcome, welcome to the show.
I see some familiar ones in there. Drone Ranger.
Yep.
Uh,
And RJ, Okie Tom, welcome. And Doug Paulsen. Not related to Pat Paulsen, who, by the way, used to live here in Denver, Colorado. That's where I'm located. I'm
a little local history.
Yep. Yep. So, and you do some charitable stuff too. You mainly do Children's Hospital, which is wonderful because first couple years of my life, I spent a lot of time at the Children's Hospital here in Denver, and later on Shriners Hospital, which they do a wonderful job.
Yeah, I have. I've done 2 donations. Both of them were our Pittsburgh Children's Hospital.
Right.
And I strictly pick the Free Care Fund. You can, if you go on their website, right. Which I should have a link for and post it, but you can choose exactly where you want your donations to go for the most part.
Wonderful.
So I choose children's cancer care,
okay,
which also helps the families that have to travel far, stay in a hotel, things like that. They pay for that. So that and St. Jude's. So those are 2 I trust.
Right. Okay, let's welcome Doug Ertel and Lloyd Mendenhall, the grumpy vlogger. Welcome to the show. How long have you been flying drones?
Drones themselves, probably about 5 years. I didn't, well, just almost 5 years. I didn't go in strong to them. I just had some little SEMAs that I played around with and with my boys, trying to get them involved in it. And they became actually really good indoor flyers. My boys did. And then I got, I think my first one was the Hubsan H502S, I guess it was. And that did not last too long, nor I got into the 501, and then I was all pretty much 501s until I got a taste of a good old Mavic Pro, and then it went crazy from there.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And so you're basically a Hubsan guy. Kind of like people used to like the Hudson automobile.
Yeah. Well, my thing with Hubsan, and here's the thing.
Not that there's anything wrong with Hudson.
No, but
you know, I've never flown one, but I've heard a lot.
What Hubsan does for you though is it actually makes it a hobby. You buy a DJI, you're really, chances are 90% of the people are not going to have to look underneath the hood, or and as the UK says, underneath the bonnet. But you're not going to have to get inside that thing unless you've really crashed it or done something yourself. But the thing I like about Hubsan is chances are you're going to have to get inside that thing and work on it. And I love to work on them. And that's why my Facebook group is all help and support. That's why on my channel, on my channel, that's pretty much all you see. If you look at a majority, it's all how-tos and tutorials, finding solutions and things like that. So Hubsan delivers that, and I actually like it. I don't frown upon it or point fingers at them unless it's a constant repeat of the same thing.
So
they had an issue with one of their common issues back in the day was on one of their advanced controllers. They had pigtail issues for the antennas, and they just kept putting in these crappy pigtails, and that was something that everybody was going to have to open up this controller at some point and work on those pigtails. So I enjoy that stuff. For some people that don't have the ability or like to do that stuff, it's a huge frustration, and they get very upset. But I'm sometimes kind of excited when I get something I have to work on.
Right. Well, I'm kind of a tinkerer myself. I like electronics, woodworking, metalworking. Done some repairs on some Phantom 3s. Have a lot of fun fixing those. What I do is I go to eBay and I buy broken Phantoms and I fix them up, get them flying, and then turn around and sell them on eBay, make enough money to where I start getting better and better drones. Let's welcome to Mel from 400 AGL, and Tomas O'Sullivan is in the house. Jeff's Custom RC, welcome. And I think I just saw Bob Casey. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show.
One thing I wanted to point out there is just because he made the comment, and I always forget whenever I see him around the different YouTube channels or live shows, but the Drone Ranger, he's only 10 miles away from where I was originally from, and where my mom still currently lives.
Right. Wonderful. Yeah, one of the things before I got into drones, I used to make these. I made FX boards for electric guitars, and I love tinkering around with that. I got a kit for a distortion unit, and I've got a bunch of PCBs to make some more effects pedals. Now that I have a few days off, I'll have some time to finally get back into playing around with these guys. Steve Carpenter, welcome to the show. Got a good crowd tonight. Let me okay, cool. Just gonna jump over to, wow, we got 27 people in. Boy, that's a big crowd for me, which is awesome.
Let's see, we have our Skydio star in here, Ron.
Oh, great. Ron Brown or
no,
the other Ron.
Where'd he go? Yeah, the other Ron. Where'd he go?
Okay.
Ron, I've never said your last name, but Ron
Levesque. Levesque. Okay.
He's what's the name of his channel? Something Heights. Put your channel up there. He's got a good channel with the Skydio.
Okay. I'll have to go check that out.
I mean, a good group. I'm sorry.
He says Parrot Anafi is. Oh, yeah. How about I?
He does the advanced antennas and stuff for the mods for the Parrot Anafi controller. So he'll do really good with that Skydio as well. After warranty, Ron. After warranty, and you make your modification to the Skydio controller.
Right.
But he's got a good Facebook group for the Skydio. I've joined almost every one since I did a pre-order or the reservation on that, and his by far is my favorite so far.
Right. Cool. So do you do any other RC stuff like boats or airplanes?
No. Back in the day when I was younger and you had to build all your own stuff, it was I was more fascinated with the helicopters, and built. I built a good couple handfuls of those, and actually my favorites were the ones that were not RC at all. They just went straight up, ran out of gas. They had the secondary props that would let them come on down.
Gyro.
and I would mod them with because they had such tiny tanks on them. I would take a pill bottle and cut the bottom off a pill bottle, take that gas tank and split it and glue the pill bottle on there, and like triple my fuel cell. And one time I got too carried away, made it too big, filled it up. I never saw that helicopter again. Disappeared. I mean, that thing probably just flew and flew and flew, and then on its way down, the wind probably just took it away.
Right. Yeah, I was into inline control planes, and those were a lot of fun. I was, back in the day, I was really into models. I used to do model airplanes from World War II, and I did battleships. Then I did some Star Trek models, and I would hang them on my ceiling. And
yep, I had all kinds of stuff hanging from the ceiling in my bedroom as well.
well, my biggest model was the B-52, and that thing was like 3 foot long wingspan, and I had that hung up in my bedroom, and it was quite a big bird hanging up there.
Now, was this when you were a young man, like when you were?
Yeah, I was
so you grew up a rich kid. Everything I had was everything I had came in plastic and balsa wood.
Plastic. Yep, you had to get the glue, and then you had to paint it yourself, and yep, did that, and those were a lot of fun. Dabbled a little bit in Estes rockets. Did a little bit of that. That was
I still
fun.
have every rocket I ever made.
Oh wow, cool.
I have all my rockets. I loved. There was a time it was. I mean, I was playing with those. I think it was just before we had kids, and probably during the time when they were very, very little, because they never were old enough to, when I was still doing it, to get involved with that. But I made some really cool rockets and enjoyed that for a long time. I did a lot of rockets.
Cool. Doug Ertl says his first drone was a rock. I like that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And so with your Xeno drones, do you do a lot of videography with that, or
lately I spend more time working on them. I have so many of them. Well, now I've narrowed it down. I've got some to ship out finally, and not to give the Xeno a bad name. It's when someone crashes a drone, it's always the drone's fault. But I get everybody that sends them to me. I think I pretty much get the truth out of them, without even having to ask. They usually tell me, "Hey, I messed up. I was flying in the house, or I was flying in the backyard, hit a tree."
Right.
But that's what always brings them to me, is because they need the gimbal fixed or cable to the gimbal replaced. So I end up fixing them more than I'm flying them here lately, it seems. But with the cold weather, I don't do a whole lot of flying.
Yeah.
I'll get some flights in here and there, but because I do like to go out in the actual snow when it's actually snowing and fly and get some video with snow.
Cool.
I always like to do that. So whenever we have a good day of snow while I'm off, I'll go out and fly then. But wintertime, I gear up for repairs, mods, and a lot of how-to videos.
Cool. Hey, let's welcome Alberto Loyola. Welcome to the show. Ron Levesque, I said it right this time, says it's 97 to 98% pilot error.
I don't know the statistics that well, but yeah, depending on like if you said Mavic Pro or something in that area, I agree with those numbers 100%. But some quads, that number's going to change drastically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let
So
me. I wanted to explain too, because I just did this for my live show that I did today for my giveaway. But a lot of people in here that don't know who I am or haven't watched my show or didn't watch my show today. The caution tape behind me. It's because I had a landing apron hanging on my wall before, and that's always been in all my videos. And people would joke and say about me landing a quad on the wall, and but without it, it was just a bare wall. But
right,
so that's getting some new shelving and stuff. But I have a member that's making me something that is like about 2 foot wide and however tall that he's making for me. He's
right.
a metal worker, and he's
Oh,
making me something that's going to go up on that wall that I'm very excited to get. So,
wow, wonderful, wonderful.
so that's
Uh,
why the caution tape's up. So nothing,
uh,
no type of crime scene or anything happened here today.
so what kind of editing software do you use?
I don't use anything real thrilling. I've dabbled in a little bit of the more expensive ones, but right now, uh, it's the Filmora
That's what I use.
Wondershare. I use
Yep.
that, and the what's my Adobe Elements.
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
I
Yeah.
use that. I like that, but I can, if I'm just trying to whip something out real fast, that Filmora Wondershare. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just so familiar and used to it that
Yeah.
I
Same
can
here.
flow through it really quick.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Uh,
unless anybody's done this, for where you're trying to create content for a channel, you can spend all day with that kind of
uh,
stuff.
yeah. Yeah. For example, like Ken Heron, he puts so much time into his videos, and I don't know if you heard, he just lost his job at the radio station, so now he's doing YouTube full time.
Oh, really?
So uh, uh, I mean,
Radio's a bad business to be in today.
yeah, hmm, yeah. Here in Denver, we just lost a couple uh, fairly big names in the business. Uh, both of them, very stupid stuff happened. Just this uh, past week, one of the he's a commentator, and they do political stuff, and he just said something really stupid, and he and his wife do the show, and they were gone the next day. So that was one really stupid thing. The other one was another guy who started bad mouthing his own station and saying good things about their competitor. And it's like, and
Yeah,
well, he got fired halfway through his show.
that's a little embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's not good for the resume.
Mhm. Yeah. So,
I don't even know what our radio stations are. I listen to satellite radio, and
mhm.
I'll listen to a mixture of music, but I would say 90% of my listening every day is just Howard Stern.
Yeah.
I love the Howard Stern show. I've listened to him since I was a kid.
Right.
So that's where all my listening goes.
Right. Yeah, I'm more of a talk show kind of guy. Occasionally I'll listen to some music. I don't like what's out there right now. I'm just like, oh God, this is crap. I mean, I grew up in the 60s and 70s, and that was real music until corporations got into the business and just totally screwed it up. Where back in the old days, they didn't know what they were doing. They said, "Well, go ahead and do it," and that's how we got some great bands and great music. And now corporations are telling them, well, the demographics are saying you got to do this and blah blah blah, and so forth, and it's just screwing up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, there's no creativity in this
yeah,
half the stuff today because, like, if you go back and you listen to, I mean, ones that really put creative work in, and there's so many I could list, but coming off the top of my mind would be Pink Floyd, of course.
yeah.
I mean, such creativity in that music, and then the storytelling type music like
Yeah.
Rush. I was a huge Rush fan growing up, and Leonard Skinner. I mean, all different types of stuff, but such creativity in all that music. Now it's computer.
Yeah, and back in the day, I liked Queensryche, and they did stuff that was similar to what Pink Floyd did, where they were telling a story
Yeah.
throughout the whole album, and that's what made for a great concert.
Yeah, and Pink Floyd was great because you had two different listening experiences. You had the normal listening experience, and then you had the induced experience, and that music told a different story.
Well, let's welcome. We got some new people in. We got Kasim Nazir and Greg Parts, and boy, we got a lot of new faces, which is just wonderful. ACDC, yes, I loved ACDC. As a matter of fact, on one of the other live streams, that they were talking about meeting some uh, musical personalities, and I had the pleasure of meeting Angus Young. Uh, they were in town the day before their concert, and they were at the metal club that I hung out at the time, and this gal that I kind of liked, she took me up there to meet Angus Young, and I don't know if you know, I was a stand-up comic for 25 years, did that.
Yeah, I saw that, but I've never seen your stuff.
So I got to talk with Angus for about 10 or 15 minutes and talked about the entertainment business, and told him a few jokes. He told me some really good jokes, but sadly I can't repeat them here. But yeah, if you want to see some of my comedy videos, I do have some on ArtCo Drone Solutions.
Yeah, I've never gone like deep. They're probably like deeper down, like some of your earlier stuff, right?
I think it's on, I have like three playlists. I've got the live show playlist, and I have the drones and reviews, and then I have my regular drone playlist. And I think it's in one of those two.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Yeah. Hmm. So yeah, I got to work with some people that they're famous now, like Roseanne Barr, Sinbad before he got really big. I got to work with Jeff Dunham,
Oh,
which was
wow.
this was back in the 94, 93, 94. This is uh, before his second comeback. This is pre Ahmed, and he was just a blast to work with. Where ventriloquists have they have a bad name for them in the comedy biz, because comedians, they all think, oh well, we're artists, we write our material. Ventriloquists, they play with dolls,
Yeah.
and they kind of look down on them. And then here comes Jeff Dunham, and just blows everybody away. And then the comments start saying, well, this guy's not bad. And then comes Carrot Top, the prop comic, and he
Yeah.
blows and all of a sudden now comments are saying, Maybe we should stop bad mouthing some of these unique talents, because you never know what'll come up in the open mics and up and coming
Mhm.
comics. Yeah. Uh,
That's the whole thing has changed too, comedy. I mean,
yeah.
compared to what it used to be. Like,
Yeah.
you look back what it used to be now, everybody's so afraid to cross the line to where they're going to be in media for, you know, something
Yeah.
silly that they said that,
Yeah. Mhm.
back in the 80s and before, you could say whatever the hell you wanted and nobody got offended. Nobody got their feelings hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's insane.
That's true. John of Drones, welcome to the show. Sean of Geetsbana, welcome. Alberto said Black Sabbath. Yeah,
I see
yeah,
Metallica in there. God, I love
yeah.
Metallica. Still love
Metallica.
Metallica.
Yeah, I've met some of the guys from Metallica. I met John Lynch of Lynch Mob, and uh, I met so many really talented guys. Tater Rogers, welcome to the show. Oh boy, we got a good group. I'm gonna flip over here to, wow, 29 people watching right now. That is awesome. I'm having my biggest show right now.
And hit that thumbs up, everybody.
I hit the thumbs up, and DumbTube is in the house. Yeah, thanks, Lloyd. My playlist, please, I need to build up my watch hours, because I need 4,000 watch hours, and right now I'm just over 1K in watch hours, and so I need to build that up. So you folks out there, Brian Gill, welcome.
Brian Gill was my winner today. He won $100.
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome,
he got,
awesome.
and he's already spent it.
And yeah, so go to the playlist, and just, you don't even have to be watching. All you have to do is just click on it, let it run, take care of stuff and let it run all day, and that builds up watch hours. So Deep Purple, yes, yes, uh, yep, they were really good. Yeah. All right, so
Yeah, we could go on about music
yep,
forever. I mean,
yeah,
and especially with me, like that was a game my daughter, when she was like in high school, that she and I would play. We would literally sit in the living room for hours, and I would just take the remote and flip through. When you had all the music channels on your cable TV,
right.
I'd flip through every one, and what we did is we played a game where you had to name that tune
Ah,
faster than the other person, and I could
right.
I could guess stuff in my period anyhow. I could guess stuff like just by hearing three guitar strings and go Van
Yep.
Halen, because everybody had their own unique sound.
Hmm.
But
Well, Ken Herron does 1 second song, and I was on a couple weeks ago, and I just got uh, smoked by Kelly Keane. Uh, and there were some songs, and it's like, oh, I know the band, but I don't know the title of the song, and I'm like, oh, how could I miss that?
yeah, yeah.
Uh, but
Plus, for something like that, you're on the spot, man, and the pressure's on. It's harder to
yeah,
think.
well, you'd think I would be used to that, being a stand-up comic for
Yeah.
so many years, and uh, but I had a blast anyway. It was a lot of fun. Kevin Fortner, welcome to the show. All
My
right.
stuff doesn't, when on the screen, art, my stuff does not come up like fast when they comment, but when I'm looking at on the YouTube version, it's like instant.
Yes. Well, there is a little bit of a lag from StreamYards to YouTube.
Okay.
So,
All right.
mhm. uh,
So if I look down a lot, it's just because I'm looking at the.
no problem. And sometimes you'll see me looking up where I'm like flipping back and forth from YouTube to StreamYards. And the neat thing about StreamYards is it's got a little bit more controls here. So Yeah, wow, here it is. We've done a little over 40 minutes, so I think it's about time for a drawing. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go, hopefully I could do this right. I've done this. Okay. Share a screen. Okay. And the application screen. Okay, let's see if I could do this right. And uh, Chrome tab. Oh, yeah, here's that. And we want to share that. And let's go here. Oh, yeah, that I like that. So let's make that big. And oh, there we go. All right, guys, we are at the controls for, and I'm going to,
I haven't seen this. I
yeah,
like
this is
this.
on YouTube, and right here I've got the URL already in, and I don't know how you could scroll it down. Maybe I could scroll it down, but there we go. Let's see if that does anything. There we go. Much better. Okay. So I've got the URL already in and the text. I want chocolate. That's the magic words that we want. Let's, okay. So those are the comments. Then we go over here and then we start. And now let's go over here and let's go. And what happened? Oh, must have been a okay. Oh, okay. Hit the wrong button. Okay. Alrighty, let's start. Man, I hope you all can see it. And the winner is Rhonda Stoutenmeyer. Welcome. Congratulations, Rhonda, for winning. All right.
Congratulations, Rhonda. Is Rhonda a regular?
She's fairly new to the channel. She's an old friend of mine. I've known her for many years. So congratulations. I will let her know on Facebook that she had won the candy. Cool.
Sweet, sweet.
So you have a drawing and how do you want to do that?
You can do it however you want. I'll show you what I have.
Okay.
And I just explained to everybody it's open box. Something I got that I tried for my 3DR Solo. And I haven't been using the 3DR Solo. So it's probably been used 3 times maybe. But it's a 4K EKEN H6s 4K camera.
Right.
And it has the case that you put it in.
Okay.
Here's the camera.
Right.
It's got the micro USB on the side and a micro HDMI port with your micro SD card.
Okay.
It picks up good sound nicely if you want to use, if anybody wants to use it for
Right.
doing channel content. But you have the case that most of them come in,
Right.
and then screw to your tripod on the bottom here.
Oh, wonderful.
And then that also comes with a remote control.
Okay.
Where
Now,
you can,
does that have the waterproof case?
no, it does not have a waterproof case, but
Okay.
I've got a box of different stuff. If it fits into it, I can throw in a waterproof case.
Awesome.
I've gotten 4 or 5 different little sports cams like this in the past. This is the best of what I have to give away.
Cool.
But if I have to pull something from another, I can do that.
Okay, cool.
And then it also comes with 2 batteries and a little charging hub.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That is awesome. Yeah, when you mentioned that last week, went on YouTube and watched some of the reviews on it, and it's been pretty good. And I'm like, oh wow, I've got the SJ cam. That's one of the cameras that I have, and I really like it. And plus, I have a couple uh, GoPro Hero 3s. I've got a black and I've got a silver, and I love them both. Chris Hope, welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome. So how do you want to do this giveaway?
I don't know. I didn't really think about it.
Do you want to do like musical trivia or
Ooh.
yeah, first one to answer is the winner?
Yeah, I'm trying to think about what a good trivia question would be. Something it would have to be hard.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know, but maybe take a few suggestions in that area.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Here's a tough one that people will have to look up. Name the different lead singers of AC/DC.
I can't even answer that one.
So the first one to get that one is the winner. And I will let you use Google.
Peter, Paul, and Mary. You did pick a hard one. I should be Googling that myself.
Mm-hmm.
How many different ones are there, Art?
There are 4 of them. The latest one is kind of controversial.
Angus Young, Malcolm Young,
Not the players, the lead singer.
and that other guy.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I should be over here to.
I think you picked a real hard one.
Yeah. You know, and okay.
Angus Young, Chris Slate, Steve Young, and Al Rose. Chris State.
Okay.
Angus Young, Chris State, Steve Young, Axl Rose. No, not Axl Rose.
That's Axl Rose.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
That was
okay. Let's go to. Yeah, he filled in for Brian Johnson when his voice started going. Oh.
So does Tater have it?
Oh, let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to. Let's see. Okay, I better.
Angus Young,
Well,
Chris Slate, Steve Young, Axl Rose.
He's not a lead singer. Angus Young never sang. Steve Slate, well, Brian Johnson was one of them. Yep. There was one way at the beginning. Boy, you're missing one really important guy who's sadly no longer with us.
Well, I learned something with Axl Rose. I had no idea.
Okay.
Brian Johnson, Bon Scott, Axl Rose, Steve Slate.
Well, I haven't. Well, everybody's missing. Okay, Dave Evans was the first singer. Let's see, Brian Johnson, Bon Scott, Axl Rose. Well, well, I will.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we should have maybe picked something else here.
Axl Rose, yeah, okay, let's drone shots, I better. Okay, David Lee Roth Towns. Nope, that's not it. Drone shots, no, Jody, you didn't get that. Phil Rudd, Chris Slade. No, they played in the band. I'm talking about the lead singer. Oh man, maybe I did pick a real.
You picked a real hard one, man.
Well,
I think we should close that one and go with something a little easier.
All right, it looks like oh, wait a minute, Grumpy Vlogger got it.
Dave Evans, Ron Scott, Brian Johnson, Axl Rose.
Yep. All right.
Grumpy Vlogger. You know what? I'm happy that Grumpy Vlogger got it. That's a name I know anyhow.
Yep. Yep. He did. He just beat Troy Foster.
Ooh.
Yep. And Thomas O'Sullivan. Yep. He was next. Oh boy. Whew. All right. So
All right. Congratulations, Grumpy Vlogger. Can you send me a message on Facebook under this name, QC Guy?
Yeah, he could do that. And I have his address too. Lloyd, just wanted to let you know, your toffee is on its way and it should be there by the 24th, which is cool. I gave you the tracking, so it's not a far shipment from Denver to Muskogee, Oklahoma. So congrats, Lloyd. Happy for you. Now Lloyd's all of a sudden he's hot. He's hot, man. He got the toffee last week. Now I'm still waiting for John of drones so I can get his address and mail his toffee out.
If not, you're just gonna have to eat it.
Yeah. Well, and I've got a sister and a niece that loves Enstrom chocolates because they're a big deal here in Colorado, and so they make really good stuff. And Lloyd knows all about it because he grew up here in Colorado, and he went to high school in Grand Junction, where it's made.
Oh, okay.
Doug says, send it to me. Great.
For Grumpy Vlogger, I'll wrap all this up individually. I don't have the original. I might have the original packaging where it has all the molding for the camera and stuff. But if not, I'll wrap it all up individually and I'll find whatever extra pieces I can if I still have anything that goes with it. I'm not good at keeping everything separated, especially with these sports cams. You get so many different attachments and stuff, and I just throw them all into one box. So I'll try my best to get all the pieces together for you. Okay, he just sent me a message, he said. So
cool, great. So what is next on your agenda on your channel?
Oh boy, I have such a for my subscribers, I have such a honey-do list. Yeah, I've been promising a battery maintenance mainly for the Xeno, because we have been having some issues with the original Xeno batteries.
Right.
They're reaching a year, and they're not holding up, where they're having cell failure and dropping out of the sky in some instances.
Right.
So I have been able to catch my bad ones before they get to that point to where I haven't had any issues with my quads. And I just wanted to share with everybody a less rocket science, if you will, type of way to just simply take care of your batteries and what to look for.
Right.
So I've done that, but then there's such great talk going on in my group on this topic where I want to add stuff to it. And plus I want to give a shout out to one of the guys in my group who is just so smart in that area.
Right.
And he's who taught me a lot as far as some of the battery stuff. But that's one that's coming up. Battery management, mainly using a smart charger, and how to monitor your cells. And you don't need to really get into, making up all these leads and using voltmeters and all that for resistance. Just looking for the normal signs, like number one, your flight time reduction. There's your first red flag right there.
Yeah.
But that's one that's coming up. I have one that I owe everybody. I promised that I would tear down the Xeno Pro and do it next to the torn down Xeno original, show the different hardware and components that they put in there and placement and just what makes it tick. So I've got a spare Xeno Pro set up all ready for that. So I've got to do that yet. And there's a number of stuff I've got planned to come up.
Okay. So the Xeno Pro, is that the newest line of Xeno, or is there
the Xeno Pro is the Xeno. Okay, you had the original Xeno,
right?
Okay, and that was right out of the gate, that was behind in times, because they could not, with the hardware, they could not upgrade it to do what everybody was screaming for it to do. And main part of that was the range with that type of Wi-Fi system. So they upgraded and went to the lease transmission, which I don't know a whole lot about the lease transmission. It's you're on a different signal and so forth, like DJI does. And supposedly, you're going to get less interference and a better range with that, without having lag and such within your FPV. But so this Xeno Pro has that, and a cooling fan in it, and some different hardware, like your imaging chipset. And so it's not a Xeno Pro, because they didn't bring anything to us that qualifies it as a pro. But when they deliver a Pro, normally Hubsan delivers a upgraded controller, and then that's what we're getting out of this Xeno 2. So this Pro is your Xeno version 2. That's all it is. It's version 2. It's not a Pro. It's a great quad. I mean, it was on the original firmware. I had not had a single issue with mine whatsoever. It flew great. It did everything that it's supposed to do, except for some of the features that we're used to not working within the app. But I just actually did the firmware upgrade on it, and have been putting little bits and pieces together for a video on that, showing some of the new stuff within that. And So yeah, the Xeno Pro is the newest one that people have on hand.
Nice.
So we'll call it Pro, but it's really not. The Xeno 2 that's coming out, that's on the pre-sales now, which I'm selling through Banggood on my affiliate, but that should have been the Xeno Pro. I think that was the intended Xeno Pro, but they had to throw in kind of a Band-Aid, if you will,
Right.
with this one they're calling Pro. So that's kind of put everything together real quick to where you had the Xeno. We had that ride through the summer, and then all of a sudden Xeno Pro comes out, and bam, Xeno 2 right behind it. And that kind of ticked a lot of people off, and rightly so, because you're buying, you've already bought the Xeno Pro, and then tomorrow you find out, oh, there's Xeno 2.
Oh, there you go. And what is the video quality on that Xeno Pro?
On the Xeno Pro, it's I haven't done a lot with this newest update, but I think the actual Xeno, the original Xeno, they've done better with that firmware on the version they have called 3.4.6.
Right.
Or no, I'm sorry, 0.34 and 0.35 and 0.36 are your two best versions. And the reason I say that is because people complain of disconnects, and then they switch to the other, and that takes care of the disconnect issue.
I see.
So I think right now the Xeno original, they tweaked that out just right with, if you just stop at 0.36.
Right.
And the Xeno Pro, this new firmware update I have with the new camera update, it looks like it's a lot better than what I was delivered out of the box, but putting side by side, I haven't done yet. So I don't know which one's got the better quality. I don't have that 4K that a lot of guys have, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll put some videos out sometimes, and I think, wow, man, look at that reflection off the water, and look at this. It's just beautiful. And then guys will point things out, or they'll nitpick the heck out of it. And I'm like, I just don't see it. I think it's beautiful quality.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a Mavic Air, and I just love it. It's got 4K camera. The only thing, it's the battery life. It's like 15, 16 minutes at most. But I got the Fly More package, so I got 3 batteries, so that helps. Kind of like to get the Mavic Mini, but you're getting a downgraded camera. You got a 1080p camera, but you got a half-hour battery life to it. It's good, and I'm hearing a lot of really good things about it, where it handles really good in windy conditions. And the only thing, it's still Wi-Fi, where the Mavic Pro is the what is it, Oculus, I think, or yeah.
But you know what? It's a damn good Wi-Fi. I mean, I was shocked. I don't know if you've seen any of my videos where I did my range tests with it, but I'm no Dustin Dunnell as far as I'm not getting what he got. But my goal that I wanted to hit was 15,000 feet, and it was over 13,000, I think.
Wow.
So I mean, I did well. And of course, I was in an area, and I don't want to hear any line of sight police.
Yeah.
I was where I'm at. I'm out in the sticks, and I flew over a reservoir. I was over water the whole entire time, and you might see maybe 3 houses in the woods there somewhere. But it was the perfect conditions to do that type of range test. Now, anywhere else where you have some Wi-Fi traffic or what have it, I would not have gotten that far. But that signal doesn't even flicker. It stayed 100% strong the whole time. Not a glitch in the FPV. I was shocked.
Yep. But I'm pretty happy with the Mavic Air. I mean, it is a little noisy, but for me,
None of that ever bothers me. When people say, "Oh, it's so much quieter," I don't know. Once they get a little bit of distance, you don't hear them. I mean, I don't fly mine directly in front of me. Once you get them 30, 40 meters away from you, even if they're loud, it's not a nuisance.
Yeah. Well, and I'm hard of hearing, and it's kind of a good thing for me because if I can hear it, I know it's somewhere close by.
Yeah.
I could just like, oh, there it is. It's right over there, and so that's the good thing for me. I hear a lot about the
master air screw.
Air screws, which would be good. I hear it kind of gives a bump up in performance in speed and endurance, from what I hear. So
they've done exceptional with props for different quads, for many different quads. They probably have the best track record when you go and add up all the different quads that they've made props for, in my opinion, anyhow.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I guess, let's see. Tater says, "Oh, that's the wrong one. I almost choked on my water." So there's some interesting banter going on in the chat room.
Oh, we're getting into politics, it looks like.
Oh yeah, guys, save that for Art Place tomorrow. So Lloyd is my co-host on that show. So if you're interested in that's my other channel. And then I have a fishing channel, which is not much going on right now because, well, it's wintertime. But hopefully next year I'm going to get that up to 1,000 subs, and I'm going to get that one going really good. I'm going to bump up the quality of the show and put out some better content. But
see, I didn't know about all your other ventures there.
Yeah, my fishing channel is called Art's Place Fishing, and my conservative talk show channel is called Art's Place. And if things work out really good, we got a big guest coming up. So that's all I could say for right now. Ice fishing, yes. The only ice fishing that's going on around here is up in the mountains, and I have issues with altitude sickness. The last time I went ice fishing was up at what was it? Willow Pete's Reservoir, which is near Grand Lake, and it's up at about 8,000 feet. But my friend had a really nice, warm, toasty shanty that was just so nice, but I just kept falling asleep because the altitude was just kicking my butt.
Yeah.
And my friend Rick says, "Art, you're looking a little pale over there. Why don't we get you down to a little lower altitude?" So we did that, and once we got to Idaho Springs, I was fine. That's about 7,000 feet. And, Adventures with Carl. Hello. Welcome to the show. I'm starting to sound like Tom of Tom and Ruth Philippines. Hello. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Brian. True Drone Reviews. Yeah.
Well, Brian's here. Great. So I'm gonna flip over here to. Okay, we got a good crowd tonight. Look, it's 27 thumbs up. That's awesome. Great. So I'm going to do a little bit more stuff with the RoboMaster. I took it to work this week, played around, and took it around the lunch area and out in the plant, a little bit out in the plant. Didn't want to, get too far out in the plant and have the big boss yelling at me. Say, "Art, what are you doing? Get that back in there."
Yeah, the only thing I saw you do with it is when you were doing the assembly.
Yeah.
And then when it was getting stuck in the snow.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything else.
I did. Let's see. Oh, I did a cat one where I was chasing the cat with. The cat just seemed disinterested in it. He just came up to it and kind of sniffed at it and looked at it and go, so what?
That's funny.
Next time I take it over to my sister's, I'll tie a feather to it, and then we'll see how the cat reacts to that. But yeah, if I start chasing, he takes off. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a little dog, a miniature dachshund, and if I had that, she would have nothing to do with it. I've lost my flight privileges in the house because of her. The wife yanked the license away from me.
Yep. All right. So, Judge has.
I'm seeing it.
Word. All right. Welcome, Brian Gill. Hey, we're getting some new faces in. Cool. Troy says, my cat and dogs love drones.
Judge has the word. I'll look at that charger. I know the one you're talking about, but I really don't know a whole lot about it. I'll have to look at it. Feel free to message me on Facebook and we can break it down and talk about it if you want.
Mm-hmm. Tater says my bulldog tries to eat the drones. He's already ate one.
Yeah, I don't have that problem. My dog will. She gets scared and she'll leave a puddle on the ground or on the floor. So that's why I'm not allowed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wives have no drone sense of humor. Yeah. Plus, when you land your drone on your wife while she's asleep on the couch, that doesn't go over too well either. So I deserve losing my flight privileges.
Yeah. Well, I live here by myself, so I have a lot of fun flying my Tello around the house. Neat thing about the RoboMaster, I could just stay in the living room and I could have it go in, my studio here, my bedroom. It'll go in the bathroom, come back out, go in the kitchen. Yeah, I could. And it's got a pretty darn good camera on it. I'm really impressed with the camera. I think it's at least a 1080p, and I did a comparison to the GoPro Hero 3 Black, and the Black it's got a little sharper, crisper video, but it still has that kind of little bit of curves on the sides there. So, but with the camera on the RoboMaster, I mean, I think it's like 110-degree view. So it does pretty good. Oh, and Jim of Above and Beyond Drones, I tried the Tel FPV. I haven't yet, but I want to do it. I do have the TD1 controller. Now I gotta just find the darn thing and figure out how to get it to work with that. And I do have goggles that I can put my phone in. And yeah, I would like to try that out. So that would be a lot of fun. I would like to get into FPV. I want to start off with the the EMAC, the tiny hawk.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
those are really popular.
yeah. I think that's a good place to start. You're not spending a whole lot of money. It gets you to where you get comfortable in flying FPV, and then I'll work my way up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It gets that's where you get into spending some money.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. But if you want to look for some drones where the prices are pretty reasonable, go to a police auction like property. Uh, Property Room is one that I go to, and right
Oh,
now
really? I didn't think about that.
they've got some Mavic 2 Pros on there in the box that I imagine somebody stole from the store, and well, the store got insurance that's paid off, so they don't want it back. So they auction off, and it's a good way to get a really nice drone at a somewhat reasonable price. If you
Do they reach their value a lot, or do you get really good deals?
uh, it all depends. Sometimes in certain days, sometimes you can get a pretty good deal. That's how I got my what was it? Oh, the Phantom 3 Advance. I got that on there, and I got a pretty good deal on that. I think normally they sell for like 500-600 bucks. I got for 300 bucks, but I still had to get the controller, and that was the one that I lost on Labor Day, where landed on that guy's roof, and I never got it back.
Yeah, I felt bad about that one because I was the second person to suggest that you bring another drone over to prop wash it off of the roof.
Yeah,
I'm glad I wasn't the first one,
yeah.
but I probably didn't help by being the second one to, maybe push you over the fence to do that.
It made a lot of sense to me because originally I think I posted I was going to get fishing line with a big treble hook and some weight and fly it over there and try. I probably should have done that. I could have gotten close
Probably, yeah.
to snag it and bring it back home.
But you know what? Art, that is just. I'm sorry. There's words I'd like to use that I can't use, but
Oh, yeah,
you're that guy. I mean,
a few of those words as well.
yeah, that type of person. I mean, okay, if he's annoyed by it or what have it, he could let you know that,
Mhm.
but give you back your drones.
Yeah,
Just don't be like that.
yeah. You say he tossed them. I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah.
And I told him I could have fixed them. But from what I understand, I had a cop go over there the day before, and he talked to some of the people that live around there, and they said, well, that guy it's kind of sketchy. So yeah, so I'm in the process of doing a small claim against it. Yeah.
Good. Good. Well, I wish you good luck on that.
Well, thank you. Thank you. All right, so we did about an hour and 20 minutes, and we gave away some really cool stuff. And I just want to thank you for being my guest tonight. It was a real treat having you here. And I want to thank all the folks that came to the show. I want to thank you for bringing some of your posse to my show. And yeah, so I'm still going to work on this channel, and I got the fishing channel to work on, and then Art's Place. That's going to be a slow growing show until I get that magic guess where everybody's going, whoa, wow, Art just had so and so on, and then word of mouth will get out there, and people, uh, will get the show going. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Tater Rogers, for that. He just said he subscribed to my channel. I wanted to say, Art, that I posted in your group I posted in my group for my subscribers to check out your channel and subscribe, or my members to check out your channel and subscribe. And the thing that I really like about your channel is exactly what you did tonight. And it's something that if people that have watched my lives, I have a hard time even just keeping up in the comments. You do that perfectly. But what's really good about your show that I like is it's not anything I can predict before I go and watch it, because like some of the live ones that we know of that are a weekly show, when you see what the topic's going to be that they put up there, you know where they're going. We know what the hot topics are. You can predict a show. With yours, you can't do that. And I mean, look where it led us tonight. It led us to talking about classic rock and music, comedians and all that. So that's why I really like your channel and recommend other people to support you and subscribe to it, because it covers the area of drones, and you spend more time focused on your guests, asking nice personable questions. And
I got my list here for all
your little cheat sheet.
I am somewhat scripted, but I like to keep the show interesting.
Not any of it felt scripted at all. You do a very good job. So just props to you on that one.
Yep. So I think I found my genre or my niche for a drone channel for a live show. I just have fun. There's no drama here. We just you know bring interesting people on. We talk about drones, and a lot of times we spin off into other stuff, and that's what like what you said, makes for a good show. You got
yeah, and this when we touched base on music, like groups of the past, everybody started. I mean, you saw the comments going. Everybody started throwing the names out in the hat there that they really liked, and
yep.
It's always nice.
And I like trivia, and I think it was the question that I had was, it was a tough one.
Oh, that was real hard.
And because I follow a lot of music trivia, and I knew about Dave Evans. He was the original lead singer. And if you go on YouTube, you could see Dave Evans. I mean, this is like 74 when the band was very young. And Dave was only with the band for a short time, and they got rid of him and brought Bon Scott in, and the band just took off. And sadly, he died of alcohol poisoning. And then Brian Johnson just kept it going. And sadly, his hearing is gone, and Malcolm passed away, and there's some changes there. Who knows what'll happen to ACDC down the road. So thank you very much. I want to wish everybody a wonderful Merry Christmas. Pasko na in Tagalog, Feliz Navidad, and Joyeux Noel in Francais. So thanks, everybody. Yeah, you can't go wrong with ACDC. So thank you, Judge has the word. Thank you very much for jumping on my bus, as Spike would say. So until next time, have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year.
ArtCo shows prior to Christmas. So catch you next time and take care. Bye-bye, guys, and see you next week.